Know that Michael Dean was shot at point blank range in the head. He was unarmed and nonviolent. That seems consistent with a charge for murder.
There is Lee Merritt, again, the family's attorney. He has been vocal about what he thinks is the mishandling of this case since day one. We haven't heard much, though, from representatives of Carmen DeCruz. 25 News reporter Leah McNeil is live tonight. Leah, where does the case stand right now?
Well, Todd, despite being moved before, as of right now, the pretrial hearing is set for January 15th of next year, but that date is still subject to change depending on coronavirus concerns. Now, earlier this year, Carmen DeCruz was indicted on a manslaughter charge, but later he did post bail after his bond was reduced to $80,000. That manslaughter charge, though, is not sitting well with the Dean family or their attorney, Lee Merritt. He tells me despite all of the high-profile police brutality cases he's covered in the past, this is by far one of the worst he's seen. From the top down, Lee Merritt, attorney for the Dean family, says there were flaws with the investigation from the very beginning. Merritt says the charge of manslaughter is an insult to the family.
The manslaughter charge was wholly inappropriate. The handling of this case by the prosecutors and the courts, my opinion, has been atrocious. They've treated Michael Dean's murder as if it was not a significant event.
But Robert McCabe, attorney for Carmen DeCruz, the former Temple police officer charged with manslaughter for the fatal shooting of Michael Dean, says in a statement released to 25 News, "It has been our position since day one that the death of Mr. Dean was a tragic accident that may belong in a civil court of law rather than a case of criminal recklessness or criminal negligence that warrants any criminal charge against Mr. DeCruz." Those criminal charges pursued after the release of the affidavit, citing the arrest for DeCruz after forensic tests on his gun found no malfunctions during test firing. Only a snippet of the dash camera video has been released showing DeCruz's vehicle driving around after the incident, none of which, according to Merritt, provide any context to what happened.
They're discussing about whether or not they released the video has nothing to do with justice, procedural justice, or even accountability. We haven't asked that the video be disclosed publicly. We've asked that the evidence be turned over to the family as they prepare their civil and federal suit.
Merritt and the Dean family still have questions, but McCabe says we believe that the Bell County jury will agree with our position after hearing all the evidence in the case. Merritt says he plans on prosecuting all parties involved to the fullest extent of the law.
And so the state of Texas and the city of Temple have this one opportunity. Bell County has this one opportunity to get it right, but there will be oversight and there will be additional review.
Merritt says a civil suit is pending, but he will not move any further until there is criminal accountability. Merritt also told me that he is still to this day disturbed by the fact that the Temple Police Department admitted to the partial cleaning of Dean's vehicle. He says that act is an act of tampering with evidence that could have helped paint a picture of what exactly happened that night. But despite their questions and frustrations, Merritt says the family is keeping up with their fighting spirit and encourages their supporters to do so. He says they will continue to fight for the release of the full video. Reporting in Bell County, Leah McNeil, 25 News.
Leah, thank you. The Dean family did meet with President Trump earlier this year regarding the case and police brutality. Merritt is pushing for the family to meet with President-elect Joe Biden once he's in office within his first 100 days.